Hey guys, welcome to the Bows. Today I'll be talking about Kevin Holland. Now, in my last video, I'd said he'd win every fight he'd have this year, so already, that didn't age well. So let's get into why he lost to Derek Brunson and what he could have done differently, and what he needs to work on, more specifically. It doesn't take an expert to notice that the weakness in Kevin's game is his wrestling, specifically his takedown defense. Even Kevin Lee can recognize this. His ability to get up was an issue as well, but his takedown defense is the most prominent problem, given that he's a striker, and if he can keep the fight standing, he has a good shot of beating anybody. Luke Thomas talked about Kevin's poor takedown defense pre-fight, but I thought Kevin would be good enough in the scramble to get back to his feet. In the stand-up, it was clear that Kevin was better than Brunson. It looked like he hurt Brunson once or twice in the fight. The times he did hurt Brunson, I feel like Holland was not patient enough, and he started to get a little sloppy. He was kind of lunging in and putting himself out of position for Brunson to easily take him down. A lot of people thought Kevin didn't take the fight seriously and all the talking played a factor. I think it played a factor to a degree, because you can't be thinking about the next witty thing you're going to say and also be 100% focused on the task at hand. It's not possible. But at the same time, Kevin does this kind of stuff every single fight, so I'm not so quick to say, this is why he lost. I'm not so quick to say his talking is an excuse for his loss. But at the end of the day, I do think he'd perform better if he stopped talking during his fights. So yeah, probably it played a factor to a degree. Post-fight, Kevin was talking about the potential move to 170. I don't know if that's the right move though. There is no shortage of good wrestlers at 170, so I don't know what the thought process is there exactly. There may be even more high-level wrestlers than at 185. You got Usman, you got Colby, you got Chiesa, you got Magny, you got Bilal, just to name a few. All these guys that could potentially take him down. I mean, maybe they're smaller guys, maybe that's what he's thinking, than at 185, so maybe he thinks it'll be harder for him to get taken down by. But these guys I all listed are also they're not small welterweights. Colby's probably the smallest one I've listed, but he's also an elite wrestler, so you got to take that into account. I think he should stay at 185 and work on his takedown defense. I think that's something that he could definitely improve on as a skill and work on and get better at relatively quickly. I think he should also put some weight on. He's got a big frame and he's very skinny for his frame. He weighed in at 183, so he probably weighed no more than 190 pounds tops against Brunson, and Brunson probably weighed around 210, 215 at least. It seems like a lot of people are opposed to lifting weights and putting on weight in MMA, and I don't know why. Every other sport in the world uses the weight room to some degree to help them become better athletes. I don't think he'd have to get huge either. If he enters the octagon weighing around 195 to 197 even, that would make a huge difference and that'd be much better for him. I don't think the extra weight would make him slow. On the positive side, I thought Kevin's striking looked pretty good. He's got accurate hands and landed a nice 1-2 a few times. I thought his footwork was a little off though, but that could be because he was lunging in when he hurt Brunson and wasn't patient and wasn't disciplined. And yeah, he was lunging in and putting himself out of position. His defensive BJJ was also pretty solid. Brunson didn't do much damage to Kevin while he was on top. He kind of just controlled Kevin the entire fight. And I was surprised to see Kevin slip out of that arm triangle that Brunson held for like 2 or 3 minutes. That was very impressive. Overall, I don't think Kevin's hype is completely dead. He still has a solid skill set, and I do think he'll fight for the belt at some point in his career, just not as soon as I originally thought. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about Kevin and about Kevin's performance and where he goes from here. And till next time, peace.